welcome to my channel. I'm Anne and today I'm bringing you a short but very sweet video of my final book support group TBR. The final book support group is created by Steph Loves. This is a book readathon where you are the goal is to try and finish series that you're in the middle of, because as readers we always end up starting a bunch of series but never finishing them. I don't know what it is, but we all do it and it's strange. So here is the bingo board, and quite a few of them are not reading related, so things like self-care, taking part in a sprint and sharing your TBR on socials. The rest are all reading prompts. You can double up, triple up, I know that, but I am going to try and be crazy as normal, and I am going to try and hit a different book for every prompt. So this takes place, I can't remember the date, I think it starts on Monday, which is the 19th of March, but if not I'll put it down here. But basically, so I'm just going to be here telling you the books that I'm hoping to read and maybe a couple of extras to try and help me finish series or continue series that I'm in the middle of. So the first prompt is a TBR vet, and I am going to be reading Hannibal by Thomas Harris. So this is the third book in the Hannibal Lecter series. So if you don't know what this series is about, this is about Hannibal Lecter, and he is a cannibal, and he is in the Institute for Criminally Insane, and he has been helping detectives try and find these serial killers that they are trying to catch. And in this one, obviously he has escaped, and I can't remember what happens because this isn't one of my favorite movies in the series, because I've watched all the movies, really enjoyed them. But yeah, I'm excited to continue with this. It's a lot chunkier than the other two, the first two in the series, but I'm excited to get to it and then finally finish the series. I've got one more after this. The next one is Anticipated Sequel. I did have this on my TBR for the literature readathon, but I didn't get to it because I was a bit scared. But we have Things We Hide from the Light by Lucy Score. So in this one we are following Nash and Lena. I know that there's a lot of anxiety rep within this, and we're following kind of the continuation of one of the overarching plots that we have in book one that kind of formed as we went through book one, and I'm very excited. So Nash is the police chief, and he is known for two things: being a good guy and the way his uniform accentuates his rear end. So I'm very excited about this one. Then we have a final book. So I've got a few of these that I could have for this prompt, so it depends on what I feel like, but the one that I've placed in this is a Psalm of Storms and Silence by Roseanne A. Brown. This is the last book in the Song of Rights and Ruin duology, and I love this. I loved book one so much that I had to read book two almost immediately. I'm so happy that it finally turned up. But in this we're following Katrina. She is the princess, and she has just lost her mother to an assassination, and she decides that she's going to bring her mother back from the dead, so she needs to kill a king, and the only way to do this is to marry someone and make them king. And we're also following Malek. He is a boy who's moving to this new city with his two sisters to try and create a better life for themselves, and one of his sisters gets taken by a demon, and he has to make a deal with the demon to try and save her, and the thing that he has to do is to kill the princess. So it's an enemies to lovers story, and in this one we're following the continuation of book one and have that ended, and I'm very, very excited. I really love this. I had such a great time with it. The mental health rep within this is also amazing. Then we have a graphic novel, manga or novella, and I'm going to be continuing with the Every Heart a Doorway series by Shauna Maguire, and I'm going to be reading Mislaid in the Parts Unknown. So in this one we are back with Eleanor West's Home for Wayward Children, and we are following Ansi. She's great at finding lost things, so I think that all of the people within Eleanor West's home decide that they are going to use Ansi to try and find their doors back to their home. So I'm really excited about this one. This is, I think, book 9 in the series, and I have loved every one of these books. I'm pretty sure everyone has gotten 5 stars, and I'm very, very excited. Then we have Continuation Station, and I've put The Curator by M.W. Craven in this series. So in this series, this is book 3 in the series, and this is a detective procedural sort of story. And so the first book starts with the puppet show, and we're following Washington as he's been called out by this killer, and he has to come back to the force to try and find this killer. And in this one, it's Christmas and a serial killer is leaving displayed body parts all over Cumbria. A strange message is left off each scene. #BSC6. Called in to investigate, the National Crime Agency's Washington Poe and Tilly Bradshaw are faced with a case that makes no sense. When a disgraced FBI agent gets in touch, things take on an even darker turn. So Tilly is also quite like Sheldon from The Big Bang Theory. So she's got this really high IQ. She's got no social cues at all. She's very awkward around people, but her and Washington get on really, really well, and it's such a great relationship, and I really enjoy it. This series, so I'm excited to finally get this one from the library because I've been waiting for it for a while, and I'm excited to continue. And then we have Poll Pick. So in the Poll Pick, I put Truth for a Truth by Carol Wire, Capturing the Devil by Kerry Maniscalco, and Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. And Capturing the Devil won. So this is the last book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco. I recently just finished Escaping from Houdini, and I had a good time with it, and now it's time to finally finish the series. So they've finally gotten to where they need to be, and they are investigating some serious murders that has happened. So in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, it starts with Stalking Jack the Ripper. We're following Audrey Rhodes and Thomas Cresswell, and they are investigating the Jack the Ripper murders, and it's just a great time. It's based in the 1800s in London, so all of those things with propriety and having chaperones and things like that, and it's just a fun time. I have a great time with it. It's very gothic and dark as well because we're dealing with a lot of murder, and then Audrey Rose is obviously dealing with being a woman within the forensic science atmosphere and men not liking that. So yeah, so that is kind of the ones that I fitted in for all the prompts. But I do have a couple of others that I may want to get to. So things like The Gilded Cage by Lynette Loney. This is the Prison Healer book 2. I read Prison Healer last year and really enjoyed it. It was one of my favorite books of last year. And we're following a young girl, and she is actually in the worst prison ever. And she is the prison healer, and she's also helping the rebels, and she receives a message from the rebels basically telling her that she needs to protect the person who's coming in to the prison, and that's what she has to do, and chaos ensues. And then the next one that I'm thinking of hopefully getting to if I have time is Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. This is the last book in the Six of Crows duology, and I'm very excited because we're following on again from Casbreaker and the heist that they created that they had to take part in book 1, and I'm very excited for this one. So that is hopefully all the books that I'm going to be able to read for the final book support group. Again, massive thank you to Steph for creating this readathon so we can finally start finishing some series. And if you like this video, make sure you give it a like, comment down below if you're taking part and what you're going to be reading for the final book support group, and subscribe if you want to see more content from me. Bye!